Hello, welcome once again to Anytime Yoga. And today's session is all about getting supine. We're going to increase the mobility of our back and our legs and our hips, and we're going to activate our abdominals. So when you're ready, get your mat and get on it. Bring yourself into a comfortable cross-legged position. You might like to have a wall behind the back of you to help keep your spine and torso upright. That's fine to begin with. Let's take these moments now to tune in and connect with our rhythmic cycle of breath. You might like to close the eyes so you can have a deeper inward view. When you observe the breath, you take control, conscious control over its movement. You can lengthen inhalations, you can deepen exhalations, all of which gives a wonderful sense of calm to the mind, the body, and the spirit. All the systems of your body want to be harmonious, united, and often in the rush of this modern life, our systems are out of balance because they are all running at different levels, different speeds, for we are not taking the time to just sit and breathe. As you lengthen, deepen, and slow the cycle of your breath, this in turn gives time and space for all the systems of the body to come to unite. Indeed, this is what the word yogi, yuji, means. It's to unite, to come together. And as a single individual, once you bring yourself into unification and balance and peace, you can then pass this on. And after sitting for a short while, just breathing, you'll notice, sense that you feel more relaxed, calmer, soothed, and ready to make some movements with your body. Let's begin by taking ourselves supine. We're going to take our legs inverted, upward. And for this, you need a wall. So get yourself over to a wall, if you have one handy. And what you want to do is get your buttocks as close to the skirting board as you can. Now take your time with this, because you really do need to get the base of your spine and your buttocks in nice and close, so that you can then lay yourself down, the trunk of your body, bring it down, and take the legs up the wall. Have a nice connection with the legs and the feet up the wall. And stretch your arms out. Have your hands in line with your shoulders. So you're making a T position with your upper body. So what is happening here is that the blood is now draining from your toes and your feet and your ankles. It's draining down from your shins and calf muscles and knees and thighs and hamstrings. And it's going to be replaced with fresh, rich, oxygenated blood when you next get up. But for now, we want to put focus onto our breath so that we draw in full capacity to the lungs. This will increase oxygen levels. And then as we breathe out, we can take the mind to distribute this oxygen around our body whilst we are in a state of calm tranquility. Make every breath count now. For most of your daily life, you are standing on your feet or even sitting with your feet beneath you. Even at night when you sleep, you're on a horizontal level with the feet. And it does prove difficult and more work for the heart to draw all the blood back from the toes when you're standing or laying horizontal. And it needs to be replenished in these areas. And by taking up this position, you have made it easier to drain the legs. You are taking more time to get oxygen moving easily through the trunk of the body, so that when you next get up, you will have fresh, rich, oxygenated blood flow all the way down through the legs and to the toes. So even though this posture looks very easy and looks like nothing is happening, there are great things occurring and taking place. It's going to really refresh the lower half of your body. This can help ease tired legs, release pressure on varicose veins. It can allow the fluid around the knees to regulate, take away any tension from the joints. You can stay in this position for however long you wish. You'll notice the longer you stay in the position, the temperature of the legs will drop. The legs will begin to cool, and that's fine. That's where the blood is draining from them. Take a nice deep breath in, and as you exhale, you can then take the legs, the feet to widen. And go nice and slowly with this, because you're going to be activating your inner thigh muscles and your outer thighs. You'll be engaging the flesh and the muscle, drawing them to connect to the bone. This is just a variation of the legs up the wall pose. Only take them as far as it feels comfortable. If you let the ego run away with you and try and get the legs open too far and the legs begin to shake, that's the body's way of telling you you are going too far too soon, so you need to bring them back a little bit. Remember, be kind to yourself. You can do gentle little pulses very small pulses. You can place the hands on the inner thighs. Draw your chin down towards your chest. Unclench your teeth. Breathe. Unfurrow the brow and relax the skin on your face. You can take the hands back out to make that T position. You can breathe in, draw the feet together. Breathe out, open. Breathe in. Breathe out. And when you feel ready, come back to a central position. Remember, at any time as well, if you feel any discomfort, you just come out of the position. Maybe carry on watching the video to get any tips and pointers before you practice, or join back in when you're ready. We're now going to engage and focus on the abdominals. So bring the feet away from the wall. You want to look at keeping the legs straight, but if you do need to have a slight bend in the knees here, then do so. You want to have the feet firmly together. If the feet separate as we're going to move them side to side, it won't utilise deep inner abdominal muscles. We want to get as deep to the core as we can to make it nice and strong. You want to have the toes drawing down slightly towards the chest area, and as you take the feet over to the hand and they come back through the centre, you want to have the toes just passing over nose and eye level if you can, if you are able to. Let's give it a go anyway. Let's get our shoulders planted securely into the mat, the backs of our arms, the backs of our hands. We can use the arms and hands as leverage on the floor. When you next exhale, bring all 10 toes over and down toward the right hand. Now you may feel that the stomach muscles just want to collapse and let go at a certain point, and that's the point where you kick in and activate the stomach muscles. Try not to drop the feet to the floor. Keep conscious control. You're building your strength here. You're going to take a breath in and take them back through the centre. And as you exhale, you'll transfer and begin to lower toward the left hand. Take a breath at the bottom. Just adjust and adapt if you need to. Bear in mind that this posture is going to bring greater mobility to your spine and your hips. And it's going to carve out nice strong core. Breathe in through the centre. And exhale to the other side. And as the feet are lowering, you can continue with your breathing. You don't want to stop the breath. You don't want to put strain on the body. You do want to ensure that the shoulders remain connected with the mat. Avoid allowing the shoulder to rise up. Really open out. You can even take the time to smooth that skin on the trunk of the body. Breathe into the centre and exhale as you begin to lower the legs, the feet to the left hand. Take control over your core strength. Remember, you're developing it. It will take time. Let's do one more to each side. Breathe in, bring the feet central. And then exhale, lowering towards the right hand. And then the last time, up through centre. Keep the breath flowing. You begin to exhale as it draws over towards the left hand. And then breathe in and bring the legs back central, and then just let them rest up the wall. Adjust your position if you need to. Bring the hands to rest onto the torso, just around the belly button. Be aware of the rise and fall of your navel, simultaneously with the rise and fall of your chest. Just let go. And then let's bend those knees, take them over either to left or right side, bringing them down towards the floor, rolling on to your side, and then bringing yourself round, returning to a cross-legged position. Have the spine erect. And just become aware of how you feel internally and externally. Now let's take ourselves back to supine position, and we're going to focus on having a stretch through the legs, opening our hips and our groins. So take yourself down onto your mat, and again have a belt or strap handy if you think that you might need one. Make a nice connection of the spine with the mat. Straighten yourself out along the mat. Stretch your legs away from your hips and stretch the coccygeal and sacral region of the spine, this lower part here. Stretch it down away from the waist, so you're making a nice amount of space in this pelvic area. Unclench your teeth. Gently draw your chin down towards your chest. And then you're going to breathe in, bend your right knee in towards you. You're going to reach forward towards the right toes. Now, if you cannot connect the right toes with your hand, this is where you will bring your belt or strap to assist. Take a deep breath in and create space. Place your left hand on your left hip or upper thigh. That's going to have gentle pressure there to help you keep that left hip and left leg connected with the mat. Nice deep breath in. As you exhale, begin to straighten the right leg. Again, just gently drawing the chin down towards the chest. Take a nice deep inhalation and lift the head and shoulders away from the mat, drawing the nose towards the knee and drawing the right knee towards the nose. You can bend that right elbow. Keep the breath flowing. And then nice and gently, let's take that left hand to place onto our right hamstring. Allow that right knee to bend and release the right leg to straighten. And let's go on the other side. Keep your belt or strap if you require it. A breath in, bend the left knee and bring the left hand to meet with the left toes, or of course using your strap. Another nice deep breath in as you create space internally, and then exhale. Straighten the left leg. Don't judge yourself if it does not straighten completely to begin with. You have to start somewhere. Remember to be gentle and kind to the self. If you're using a belt or strap and the knee is bent, this is fine. Keep the breath flowing, and you'll notice that upon exhalation, when the body is ready to release, it will. And then we take a breath in to lift the head and shoulders away from the mat. We're going to draw that left knee towards the nose, bending the left elbow. And then gently placing the right hand on the left hamstring, let that left leg bend, and then stretch and straighten. Let's go again. It's only by continually practicing over and over that the body will indeed surrender. We'll place our left hand on our left hip or our left thigh, just gentle pressure there to keep it connected with the ground. Breathe in, bend the right knee, collect the right foot in hand or strap. Exhale, begin to straighten that right leg. Breathe in, bringing the head away from the mat, bending the right elbow outward, drawing the right knee towards the nose. And then gently releasing down and stretching the right leg along the mat. Again, having a moment to adjust, make minor alterations that you feel necessary. Check the shoulders are softened and pressing back into the mat rather than being rounded forwards. Let's bring our right hand onto our right hip or our right thigh. Breathe in, bend the left leg, collect the foot with the hand or strap. Exhale, begin to straighten that left leg. Breathe in, bring the shoulders, the head away from the mat. And then as you exhale, bend that left elbow, drawing left knee towards the nose or taking the nose towards the knee. Unclench the teeth. And then gently releasing and returning to your supine position where you can stretch the legs away. And then let's go for the final level of progressing toward the fullness of this position, allowing a nice sense of grace, of movement. Just open the mind and allow suppleness and flexibility to flow. Take your left hand onto your left hip or left thigh. Breathe in, bend the right leg. Bring the right foot into right hand or staying with the belt or strap. Draw chin down towards the chest. Staying connected with your flow of breath. And through exhalation, commence straightening of that right leg. Let's really soften in that right hip now and begin to open in the right hip, allowing the right foot to come down towards the mat. Keep gentle pressure of the left hand on that left hip. You want to avoid the left buttock coming out and away from the floor. You want the base of your spine still connected fully with the mat. Keep your left shoulder connected with the ground beneath you. And just allow the leg to lower as you increase the openness in your right hip. And then nice and gently bringing that leg back centrally, slowly bending the right knee and extending it along the mat. Take a moment here to make any minor adjustments or alterations that you might wish to have. And then we'll go on the other side. So we put right hand on right hip or thigh. There's gentle pressure there to keep the fullness of that base of spine and buttocks. Keep them grounded against the mat and the earth beneath you. Breathe in, bend your left knee and bring your left hand to connect with the left foot. Or of course, use your belt or strap. Breathe in through the nose. As you exhale, just have a stretch up through the torso, elongating it along the mat, ensuring that your chin draws down towards your chest so that you rest centrally on the back of the skull. Staying focused on the flow of breath, connected with it, knowing that it's the exhalation that pulls surrender inward, in toward your habit making for flexibility, suppleness. Exhalation, that's where it takes place. And then relaxing and opening in your left hip, allowing that left foot to come down toward the mat. Keep the breath flowing. You might like to take a different grip on the foot. You might want 2 fingers and a thumb around the big toe. Gentle pressure with the right hand. Keeping your right hip, your right buttock connected with the mat. Unfurrow the brow, unclench your teeth. Breathe. And then gently bringing that leg to its central position, allowing the knee to bend and then stretching out along the mat. Staying in this supine position now, allow your toes to drop away from each other, your heels to point toward each other. Just let those hips open, allowing the thighs to roll outward, the knees to roll outward, the ankles and the feet to roll outward. Bring your arms just slightly away from the trunk of the body and allow the arms to roll outward and the backs of the hands to rest into the mat. The palms of the hands face the ceiling. Your fingers will curl naturally. Allow there to be space between your fingers. Gently draw your chin down towards your chest. Surrender any tension you may have in your shoulders. Allow it to unravel, to release, to let go. This will happen especially when you exhale. And close the eyes. Now is the time to do absolutely nothing at all. Just breathe. The only muscles that are required to be doing anything now are those which are helping you to breathe.
Tune in with the rise and fall of your chest that is synchronized to the rise and fall of your tummy. Peel the tongue away from the roof of your mouth. Allow your teeth to be slightly parted. If the mind begins to wander, bring it back to focus on the breath. Allow the heavy weight of your body to be supported by the earth beneath you. Indeed, experience the earth coming up to support the weight of your body. You become aware of the indentation that your body and head make into your mat, and your body and the mat into the earth as you surrender deeper and further. Now is the time to absolutely let go. You feel safe and supported and happy to let go, so that the heavy weight of your body is released and you become light and weightless, almost as if you feel like you could float. Slowly but surely, you're letting go of all the stresses and tensions, the problems, the worries, the fears, just allowing them to release, surrendering. Experience this tranquility, this calm, and this peace. This is the time for your body and mind to become nourished. Free from stress, empty of fear, ready to be filled with new vital energy, hope, contentment, grace, and happiness. Brush your thumbs across your fingertips, wiggle your toes, open your eyes, have a stretch through the body, stretch down through the legs, stretch up through the arms, roll onto your sides and return to the place you started, cross-legged, upright, stimulated and inspired to go have a great day or evening, wherever you find yourself. Remember, yoga can be practiced anytime, almost anywhere, and by everyone for the good of us all. See you tomorrow.